Nicki Minaj just found out what a lot of us already knew. These people don't really love you, they love controlling you. The same crowd that used to call her queen, that dressed like her, that defended her from every blog and every hater, is now flooding the internet with AI hit pieces, fake clips, and straight up slander because she dared to stand too close to Trump and MAGA. That's all it took. She didn't change her entire catalog. She didn't suddenly become a choir singer. She didn't drop some Christian country album. She just started asking the wrong questions, standing next to the wrong people, and giving a little respect to the man they've been trained to hate. And now they're acting like she committed treason. You're seeing AI videos making her look crazy. You're seeing people splice her face into demon edits. You're seeing old fans switch up overnight, calling her a sellout, a disgrace, and a traitor, all because she ain't worshiping at the Democrat altar anymore. But let's be real, this just ain't about Nicki. This is how the left treats anybody who steps off the plantation mentally. As long as you're pushing their message, you're iconic, you're brave, you're important for the culture. The second you question them, the second you lean even a little bit right, the second you say something decent about Trump, they turn the machine on you. Look at the pattern. Nicki's been wild for years. The lyrics, the outfits, the performances. Hollywood never canceled her over that. The blogs didn't melt down over any of that. The fan pages loved every second of it, to be honest. But she talks about God. She questions the narrative. She shows up near conservatives. She hints at Trump being better for certain people. Now suddenly she's the biggest threat in America. They ain't mad at what she's doing. They're mad at who she's standing next to. And that should tell you everything. The same people who pretend they care about women's voices and black excellence and empowering artists really just care about one thing: control. You stay in your role, you say what they want, and you vote how they tell you. Step out of line and they will try to destroy you, even if they built you up for a decade. That's what's happening right now. You got fans who built their whole personality around being a Barb now acting like she's dead to them because she might vote for Trump. Think about how sick that is. You roll with this woman for years through scandals, through drama, through beefs. And the line in the sand ain't morals, ain't lyrics, ain't behavior. The line in the sand is one man's name. You say Trump in a positive way, and they're done with you. Not because you changed, but because you stopped echoing their script. Now look at the AI part. They ain't just saying I disagree with you. They're using AI to twist her image, change her words, make her look unhinged, make her look evil, fat, because they know most people won't go back and watch the real clip. They'll just see the fake edit and run with it. That's how deep the hatred goes when somebody they thought they owned starts thinking for themselves. And I want you to catch something very important here. You don't have to be a Nicki fan to see what's happening. You might not like the music. You might not agree with her lifestyle. You might not want your kids listening to her. I get it. But step back and look at the bigger picture. You have a huge celebrity with a massive influence on younger people suddenly saying, hey, maybe the media lied. Maybe the system is corrupt. Maybe Trump wasn't the cartoon villain they told us he was. That's dangerous to them because it messes up the whole program. They told young people, especially young minorities, that Trump was pure evil. They pumped that into music, movies, TikTok, award shows. Trump supporters were racist, homophobic, xenophobic, the enemy. Now here's Nicki, someone their side crowned, someone they thought they had in their pocket, standing too close to the people they told everybody to hate. Of course they're panicking. If she can cross that line even halfway, then some of her fans might start asking real questions too. Why did they lie about this? Why didn't they show us this whole part of the story? Why are they more mad about her politics than the actual evil going on in the world? You know what that's called? A crack in the spell. The second a high-profile voice says, I don't believe y'all anymore, regular people start to feel less crazy for thinking the same way. And here's what gets me. These fans that turned on her overnight are proving our point for us. They always talk about tolerance. They always talk about loving people as they are. They always talk about do you live your truth. Then the second her truth goes a different direction, they turn into a mob. So which is it? Are you tolerant or are you only tolerant until somebody breaks from your politics? Because the way they're acting right now, it ain't love, it ain't freedom, it ain't acceptance. It's cult behavior. You leave the cult, The occult attacks you. Simple as that. And let me speak directly to my people for a second. We've been called every name in the book for supporting Trump, for being America first, for wanting a real border, for saying there's only two genders, for standing on faith. We're used to the hate. When they call us names, we go to work the next day. We feed our kids, we pay our bills, we keep it moving. But when somebody from their side starts moving our direction, they don't just argue, they try to erase them. That should tell you who's walking in more truth. If your worldview collapsed because a rapper you like stood next to Trump, maybe your worldview was built on sand. Look, I'm not saying Nicki suddenly turned into some perfect role model. She's on her own journey. She's figuring things out. But the backlash she's getting proves something I've been saying for a long time. These elites, these tolerant fan bases, these woke mobs, they don't actually want you thinking for yourself. They want you locked into a category. You're black, so you vote this way. You're an artist, so you think this way. You're a woman, so you hate Trump by default. Soon as you break that, they come after you harder than they ever came after real evil. If they can unleash AI, lies, and full-blown smear campaigns on a millionaire celebrity for stepping out of line politically, what do you think they do to regular folks if they had the chance? That's why people like us have to stand firm. We don't have the fan armies. We don't have the PR teams. We don't have the big platforms protecting us. All we got is our faith, our families, our work ethic, and our refusal to bow. So when I see what's happening to Nicki, I don't jump into stand mode. I don't worship her. I just see confirmation. Confirmation that everything we've been saying about control, about fake tolerance, about how they treat anybody who walks away was dead on. And if this backlash wakes up a few more people, if it makes one fan stop and say, wait, why are they more mad at her for liking Trump than they are at the people actually destroying this country, then maybe this whole mess will backfire on them in the long run. Because once you see how fast they turn on their own, you start asking the question a lot of us already asked years ago. Why am I scared of these people's opinions when they don't even know who they are from one week to the next? Think how many folks are out watching this play out quietly, thinking, if they can't control Nicki Minaj, maybe they ain't as powerful as they look. That's the crack. And once that crack starts spreading, a lot more people are going to walk away from this fake tolerance circus and start thinking for themselves.